Welcome back, folks. With me, Phil Turo. We're watching part 12 of Doom 2016. Let's play because I am Vega. So, Dr. Hayden's going to talk a little bit right here, so I'm going to stay a little bit silent for him, and I'll pick back up here in a minute.
You have the crucible, and with it the means to contain the power of the well. We have a plan to send you there. Vega will walk you through the process.
Okay, so right there, folks, you saw that there was two videos playing, one with the item and one that was not there. So what happened was the first time I played this, I didn't record with the audio, and that made a bit of a hiccup. So we decided to make a little bit of a clever workaround. So whenever we get to one of the items, we'll play a little bit of video on the top right showing where exactly it was located. But yeah, this level is actually my favorite. It's also one of the shortest levels. This is actually the level that has the last of the...
This is my
Vega.
operating facility. It is where I was created and where my core processing unit is maintained. It takes approximately 2.4 terawatts of power to sustain my operational capabilities, but it has been decided that we can use that power to send you to the source of the portal. I will not survive the procedure and am unable to self-terminate, so I will walk you through the process.
That makes me very
All
sad.
interior and exterior facility doors have been secured. You will need to begin by finding a way in and disabling the security systems.
Alright, so we already saw me get the second elite guard and the third collectible, or the first collectible of this level. Now the challenges for this level are varieties of Spice of Life number 3, perform 5 different glory kills on imps, glory pinata, kill 3 demons with 1 frag grenade. My teeth are sharper, kill a Kako demon with a chainsaw, so that would be pretty easy to get, if you can just get to the Kako demon. Now, this is my favorite level, but it's also one of the shortest levels. Probably mainly because I already found the items, but it's my favorite level because the gauntlets in here are really very, I would say they're among the hardest in the game, but then also they're just so awesome to do, and we get a lot of character development here, in my opinion, without words, with Doom Guy and Vega.
Security systems operate on 2 separate
of course, Vega
networks
talks.
that terminate in this maintenance facility. Each termination point is protected by an electrified field, but you should survive the surge.
So in other words, we gotta electrocute ourselves to disable some of the protections on Vega, if I understand that right. Now, as Vega said, we're gonna have to use Vega's power core to open a portal to go back in hell, because we've already closed off all the portals from this side, and we've already also, I'm gonna talk a little bit through this gauntlet, and we also already used all the accumulators, I assume. So this remains the only other way of getting into hell. So this is effectively going to destroy Vega, unfortunately, and Vega is actually one of my more favorite characters in this game, even though there's not that many characters. Ooh, yeah, we got a weapon challenge. I'm done with that. So, but yeah, Vega is not going to survive, quote unquote, the end of this level, and Doom Guy is going to have an uncharacteristic response to this, which is what I like about it. So he has a little bit of character development here without saying anything, and Vega, being the ever faithful AI, is going to allow himself to be terminated. But we also get to hear a little bit about Vega, because it almost sounds like he wants to help at the very beginning, but at the end he realizes, oh yeah, this isn't very good. But get the vulnerability here, and then go ahead and get slain. So I'll go ahead and say something for the rest of this gauntlet.
Primary neural security network offline.
Okay, so we got done with one gauntlet, now we're about to go into the second.
Destroying my coolant system first. This will accelerate the destabilization process.
Actually, maybe not a second gauntlet battle, but we take out quite a lot of these folks. Oh, never mind, there's some more demons right here. So this would be a perfect opportunity to use a chainsaw on a Kako demon. So if don't get that berserk right away. Go ahead and get the Kaku demons and take them out. But anyways, I'm talking on this gauntlet too much, but I guess since we're already doing it, I'll just continue. There's not a lot in this one first gauntlet that's too difficult. The Kaku demons are probably the more difficult one, and that Cyber Mancubus was probably the hardest demon in this first gauntlet. But what you don't want to do is you don't want to get caught in a very narrow corridor in these levels, in this level, because some of these corridors are very narrow, and you get some big demons such as the Mancubus, Baron of Hell, which can clog up the ways that you can travel, and you don't want that. Take out that guy. Boom! Explosion.
Unlike everything else in your life, your work
Yeah, they work here magically. I wonder if that shield can take a actual siege mode, but you know, he's decided to play around, and I'm not going to play around in that game. But yeah, this level, absolutely one of my favorites. And then what's interesting about this level is very icy on the outside, which I want to say this may not be at the same location as the normal UAC facility, so that makes me think that Vega's facility is built like maybe at the north or south pole of Mars. Maybe, I don't know, maybe this is just a very isolated section of Mars. Of all things, I don't know why I have the hologram there. I normally don't have the hologram activated. I'll probably just switch without even thinking about it. But we need a blue card key to go this way, so we got to go and find that. So just go this way. And that UAC spokesman makes me laugh with some of their stuff they say. So there's going to be a Pinky, I believe, that's coming around. Or maybe the invisible Pinky. Oh! You know what? You just take him out. I almost got that last one. That would have made for a nice addition to my siege mode. Points. But here's another of the data logs right there. If you go down this way that I was going before, this Mancubus decided to show its ugly face. Probably another secret special hiding spot for a secret. A lot of bad stuff happening here apparently. So go down this way, open the door on the floor, and you head to a secret. I want to say this leads to another elite guard. I want to say. Maybe. Or no, I think this leads to the auto map, and I think it leads to a to the blue key, I think. I want to say this leads to the auto map if I remember right. Well, that's a shame. If that had actually hit, I would have been able to. Ah! Pinky! Invisible Pinky. Those invisible Pinkies, I think those don't have as much armor in the front. So they're a lot more susceptible to frontal attacks, but their backsides are still going to be the most damaging point on their body. So get the blue key from the blue dude right here. This will allow us an access to a secret, I believe, because I don't think you actually need the blue key. I think. I don't think you do. Well, maybe you do. Yeah, you do. You get to the lower sections. There's your auto map.
Access granted.
And then here is an elite guard right here. So you can go ahead and grab that right there. And this is considered a secret, so which makes me think that you weren't actually supposed to get a blue key to proceed. But we still need to go this way to open up the doors of the classic Doom map. So we're actually going to have to backtrack a little bit, I believe. So go back this way. It's going to be where we found the blue key at. So go down here and go in the hallway. And then this should be the next hidden level. I think this is the last one actually. And this one is from the first Doom game, I believe. I forget what it was. Maybe I'll have Feature Field posted up there if I can find it. But that's the last of the classic maps, I believe. So go back this way. Go down here. Make sure you look down before you drop and grab that mega health. I don't know why I shot when I went down there. Go down this way, and you'll actually get another secret where a collectible is. And my goodness, it is freaking frosty down here. And it's kind of crazy to think that Vega needs all this coolant. And you learn through the data logs that you need absolute zero coolant to to get Vega's processor to cool properly, because apparently the heat from Vega's processing is like the heat of the surface of the sun, I think. Maybe. I'm not sure, but I believe that's what the... My goodness, UAC spokesman. I believe that's what the data logs say, but you can double check by looking at that. So we got on this door, and we're going to get into another
You are looking at
gauntlet.
the only absolute zero cooling system ever constructed. It took years
So
to
destroy
perfect.
these little blue containers,
Destroy each of the four
as Vega
cooling
says, and you'll
generators.
continue
Once they are no
on the
longer
path to
functional,
destroying
my
this core.
primary systems should begin to melt down.
And unfortunately, Vega will start to glitch. So that blue container, go ahead and blow it up. Don't grab that until you're ready to fight. But yeah, there's that. And every single time you destroy one of these, demons will start to spawn. And really, I should have saved that one. I shouldn't have gotten it, as I just wasted some I deserve already. But yeah, let the slaughter begin.
to where my core is located to complete this process.
He's so polite for someone who's about to get destroyed. I'm sorry, Vega. But yeah, Daylog was there, I believe. I believe the video was right there. Now we can go ahead and go up to this elevator. We can go up, and then we'll have to catch a train, believe it or not. So run, there'll be a train,
The train
and then you're
below
going
will
to jump
take
on
you
it
to the
and
entrance.
follow this train away. Boop. What I like about Doom, I may not mention this, but there's lights in areas they expect you to go, or areas that you can go. So, very
For you
nice.
to gain access to my core, the demonic threat must be removed from the room ahead.
But you can get a head start by shooting a BFG here, and if you hit it in the right spot, you'll take quite a lot of the harder demons out. Including this stupid, pesky Baron of Hell. But yeah, try not to stay in a narrow area for too long, because there's all these Kaku demons which love to hog the skies, and they love to get super close to you really fast. So this is, I think this is the last area. Yeah, this is the last area. So you're going to be fighting a lot of demons here. Your BFG is going to be your best friend here. I would not recommend staying on the bottom section because you can hurt yourself by staying on the bottom. There's electricity on the floor. Kako demons can fly down here and kind of like pigeonhole you, or not pigeonhole you, but haul you up in these narrow corridors. And then the mancubuses as well, they're freaking huge. Reverends can stay down here as well, shoot rockets. I don't recommend it. I would stay on the upper paths. The only time I would recommend ever come down here is to grab the BFG ammo that's down here, or to get some of the goodies that are down here. But get out of the way as soon as you can. It's not worth it. So do that. And of course, stick to your heavier weapons, your super barrel shotgun, your super shotgun, your rocket launcher, your chain gun with the mobile turret, all those. Anything you can do to get an advantage, I would, because right there you saw two pinkies, a mancubus, and all that. They straight up overwhelm you with all these big demons. So again, stay towards the top, and don't blow yourself up with the rocket launcher like I almost did, or that I did right there, and right there. The heck is that pinky doing? And yeah, I know this is a gauntlet, but I just can't help but commentate on this one. This one gauntlet. Boop. Jetpack overload. Boom. And they give you quite a bit of BFG ammo here, and that's not even counting the BFG ammo you can find from killing certain enemies, or enemies that drop BFG ammo, because sometimes they do randomly drop BFG ammo. So, if you see a whole bunch of them, I wouldn't blame for just using the BFG and just destroying quite a bit of them at once. Ah, that demon got blown up. No, I didn't get blown up. But yeah, Cyber Mancubus right there. Use heavier ammo. There we go. That summoner is kaput. It's destroyed. We don't have to worry about it no more. I think right here is where I'm going to decide to use a BFG. I find that further you are away and the further this thing can travel, it has more opportunities to take out demons. Because I think all it has to do is just have the Trindles like touch an enemy and it'll just cause it to blow up. Now one bad thing about this is because it's so multi-tiered, sometimes the demons can get stuck. And I think that's what happens to me when I get to the end of this gauntlet. I get stuck because I can't find the last demon. But this Mancubus, oh man, all the way over there. At a distance, you have a very good advantage against a Mancubus. Close range, not so much. There we go. It did. And that should be it. I believe. Music stopped. That should be it. Yeah, I see the door opening up there. So go up here. Make your way up to the top. Oh no! And then we can finish this level. I think that was the very last gauntlet in this level. The rest is going to be kind of plot and story. So, drop down here.
I am losing
VEGA.
Control of neural.
So drop down here. Make sure you don't fall down into the pit, and then go down there and get the elite guard.
Once Vega's core is destroyed, the vacuum of energy will pull you back through to hell. We have your destination set to the well's location. Now use the crucible to power it down. The portal here on Mars will be closed permanently. They will not allow access to the well without a fight. But I'm sure that's what you're looking for, isn't it?
And this track that plays here, I love this track. It's a very energetic but somber track in my opinion. And Dr. Hayden is such a very good power player in this. Well, I guess power player is a good thing because he's willing to sacrifice Vega to give Doom Guy what he wants, but on the other hand, you can get the feeling that there's something behind his play, but you just don't know what it is. So here, nothing else is left. Just continue on. There's not going to be any more demons, but you get a sense of how big freaking Vega's core is when these doors open. That there is Vega, this ginormous freaking pod-looking thing. So what we got to do is we got to disable his safety procedures or safety protocols here. So you're going to pull out this core, and we're going to start overloading his system. So that's one. Go to the other end, and two, and this will completely overload Vega, and we just gotta do one more thing. Now pay very close attention whenever Doom Guy gets up here and then he hits the switch. He hesitates. He doesn't want to do it, but he's going to back up Vega, and he's going to take him with him. Poor Vega. He had regrets, but now we're done with the level, and I'll catch you wonderful folks on the next one. So if you like this, please consider liking, subscribing to the channel, and comment. It really helps us out, and I do appreciate it.